Hey, so what's going on guys, Chris here with the last category of weapons that you'll see in Halo 5, and these come in the form of the Promethean or Forerunner weapons. There's 7 of these that will be used by enemy Prometheans, and you'll be able to pick these up and use them for yourself. The first one being the Z-130 Directed Energy Automatic Weapon, more commonly known as the Suppressor. It fires in a fully automatic mode and shoots bolts of charged hard light that pierces and destroys organic material. The Suppressor has a very fast fire rate and is better used in close range engagements. The weapon isn't the most accurate, but in Halo 5, the gun's projectiles now have a slight tracking effect that home in on targets, making them much easier to hit. The gun also fires its first few shots slower, and speeds up with prolonged fire, the longer the trigger is held. Each magazine holds a total of 42 rounds, as opposed to the 48 that it could hold in Halo 4, and you can carry a maximum of 288 rounds of light mass with you at any given time. Down to the weapon having a large magazine, it means that you can quite often take out several enemies before you'll need to reload. When you do this, it's not that much of a big deal as the Suppressor reloads fairly quickly, though the weapon's projectiles don't cause quite as much damage as some of the other automatic weapons in the game. The Z-110 Directed Energy Pistol, aka the Bolt Shot, is a handheld pistol-like weapon that fires concentrated bolts of hard light, used for destroying organic matter. The bolt shot was originally used during the first century of the conflict between the Forerunners and the Flood, though even 2 centuries later when the war ended, the weapon is still used by the Prometheans. Unlike the Halo 4 version of the gun that fires in a semi-auto mode, the Halo 5 version fires in 3-round bursts, and now can't be charged up for a more powerful shot when the trigger is held. Though one new addition to the gun is the fact that its rounds now track targets like the Needler, meaning it has much better accuracy and doesn't require you to be on target as much when aiming at an enemy. It's better used in short to medium range battles, and it won't track enemies that are far away, and instead only having 10 rounds like in Halo 4, the bolt shot now has 24 per magazine, allowing you to kill more enemies without the need to reload as much. Next up is the Z-250 Direct Energy Engagement Weapon, or the Light Rifle. It's another gun that uses light mass as ammunition by firing beams of hard light particles, dealing a moderate amount of damage per hit. Originally designed as a Forerunner sniper rifle, the light rifle is better to use in longer range firefights and medium to long ranges. Unlike the Halo 4 version, the new light rifle now doesn't burst fire when aimed from the hip, and now instead fires in a semi-automatic single shot mode only. It's now got a much quicker fire rate and a slightly faster reload time than before too, but instead of being able to carry 36 rounds like before, it now only holds 12 rounds per magazine. The Z-180 Close Combat Rifle, or Scattershot, is a Forerunner shotgun used for close range defense that fires ionized particles, which is often carried by Promethean Knights. The Scattershot can kill up close in one shot at point blank range, making it a good weapon to use up close. Though the Scattershot doesn't have a great range overall, and it'll be a lot weaker when used anywhere beyond close quarters. Firing in a semi-automatic mode, the gun holds 5 shots per magazine with a maximum ammo count of 20. Instead of firing 6 beams like in Halo 4, the Halo 5 version now shoots 9 beams per shot, and reloads a bit quicker too. Those shots still ricochet off walls and hard surfaces, and they still have the ability to disintegrate enemies that get hit by the shot. The Splinter Grenade is a thrown device that is the Forerunner equivalent to the frag and plasma grenades. It's a bit different to the Halo 4 pulse grenades, and now when thrown, quickly creates a field of distortion that settles into floating orange sparks. When the enemy comes into contact with this field, some or all of the sparks will detonate and disintegrate them. The sparks appear to linger in the air for some time before dissipating, so the Splinter Grenade could be used to create a trap or prevent enemies from rushing through choke points. The time it takes to detonate when the grenade touches the surface is almost instant if an enemy is within its field, making the Splinter Grenade quite tough to dodge. The Z-750 Application Sniper Rifle, aka the Binary Rifle, is another weapon that excels in long range engagements. It employs 2 core mounted particle accelerators to propel a round with extreme damage that can bring down distant foes with one shot, and when the round impacts an enemy, it often causes them to disintegrate. The gun shoots in a semi-automatic mode and has a very high rate of accuracy, though unlike Halo 4's version of the Binary Rifle, the Halo 5 version has more in common with the Covenant Beam Rifle, as it fires particle beams rather than single shots. It can only hold 2 shots per magazine and a maximum of 12 rounds can be carried at a time. It has a low rate of fire and has pretty bad hip fire accuracy, making it a difficult gun to use in close to medium ranges. And last up is the Z-390 High Explosives Munitions Rifle. more commonly known as the Incineration Cannon. It's a shoulder-fired, heavy weapon that fires ionised rockets. It's got a high damage rate with a medium muzzle velocity and accuracy. The Halo 5 version now runs on batteries instead of a magazine, and can fire a rapid 2-rocket burst or charge up for a more powerful blast. The Incineration Cannon has 100 battery units that equates to 10 bursts or 4 charge up shots, and is overall slightly less powerful than its Halo 4 counterpart, but still capable of dealing very high amounts of damage to both infantry and vehicles. With the rockets being explosive, they also deal splash damage and can easily harm and kill enemies that are close enough to the blast radius. So that's all the Promethean weapons in Halo 5. There's also splinter turrets that can be ripped from mounts that fire exploding projectiles, but as far as the handheld guns go, these are all of the main variations that you'll find throughout the game. Make sure you check out all of the UNSC and Covenant weapons in Halo 5 in parts 1 and 2 if you haven't already. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the guide and found it useful, and subscribe to see loads of other videos too. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.